Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. The ultimate guide to fish and chips in Australia and New Zealand. Fish and chips are more than just a meal in Australia and New Zealand. They're a beloved tradition. Whether enjoyed by the beach or as a quick takeaway on a weeknight, this classic pairing of fried fish and crispy potato fries holds a special place in the hearts of locals. Its roots stretch back to the British influence on the region, but over time, it's transformed into something uniquely tied to the culture and lifestyle of these two countries. In this video, we'll explore why fish and chips continue to be a staple, how they evolved, and what makes the local versions so distinct. History of fish and chips in Australia and New Zealand. Fish and chips didn't simply appear on the shores of Australia and New Zealand. They arrived with history, culture, and a hearty appetite for something familiar in a new land. This dish, now a staple of coastal takeaways and beach picnics, has a fascinating story rooted in migration, adaptation, and the melding of old and new culinary traditions. Key ingredients used in traditional fish and chips. The magic of fish and chips lies in its simplicity, yet every element works together to create a flavorful, satisfying meal. In Australia and New Zealand, this classic dish is made even better with the use of fresh, local ingredients and time-tested preparation methods. Let's break down the key components that make fish and chips unforgettable. Variety of fish. The choice of fish can make or break this dish, and in Australia and New Zealand, it's all about what's locally caught and freshest. Each type of fish brings its own texture and flavor, reflecting the culinary preferences of each region. Popular choices include hoki, a New Zealand staple. Hoki is prized for its mild flavor and flaky flesh that holds up perfectly when battered and fried. Snapper, commonly used in both countries. Snapper is beloved for its firm texture and slightly sweet taste, which pairs well with crispy fries. Cod, though more traditionally British, cod continues to be a favorite choice in the mix. It's soft, moist and complements a light, crunchy batter. Flake, gummy shark, particularly popular in Australia, flake offers a smooth and boneless eating experience. Its buttery texture is ideal for deep frying. Each fish carries unique regional influences, but they all share one thing in common: freshness. Locally sourced, sustainably caught fish ensures the dish's authentic taste and connection to the surrounding waters. Potato preparation and crispy fries. When it comes to the fries in fish and chips, they're not just a side dish, they're half the experience. The preparation of the humble potato is as much an art as it is a science. Here's how it's done. Choosing the right potato. Varieties like russets or Sebago potatoes are the go-to choices due to their starchy nature, which helps them absorb less oil and develop that sought-after crunchy exterior. Cutting and soaking. Potatoes are hand-cut into thick slices, often larger than traditional fries, then soaked in water to remove excess starch. This step ensures they cook evenly and crisp up beautifully. Double frying. The signature crispiness of the fries comes from frying them twice. First, they're cooked at a lower temperature to soften the inside, then fried again at a higher heat for that golden, crackling crunch. In Australia, you might encounter chips dusted with chicken salt, a uniquely Aussie seasoning that adds a savory twist. For those in New Zealand, kumara fries, made from sweet potatoes, often appear as an alternative, adding a natural sweetness to balance the salty, fried indulgence. Batter and seasoning. The batter is where the fish gets its signature crispy coating. In Australia and New Zealand, this golden crust is all about balance, light yet robust enough to protect the delicate fish during frying. What goes into the batter? It starts with a few simple but essential ingredients. Flour, typically plain flour, serves as the base for the batter. Cold water or soda water. Using chilled water or soda water creates a light, airy texture with small pockets of crispiness. Some recipes even call for beer, adding a subtle yeast flavor and extra crispness. Cornstarch or rice flour. These are sometimes added to give the batter an even crunchier finish. Seasoning. The batter is kept minimal to let the fish shine, but it always includes a pinch of salt and pepper. Regional tastes might occasionally call for a sprinkle of paprika or garlic powder for a slight kick. To finish, after frying, a light dusting of sea salt is often added to enhance every bite. The result? A perfectly golden, crunchy exterior that locks in the fish's tenderness and flavor without being greasy or heavy. Regional differences also come into play. In New Zealand, it's not uncommon to find whole battered fillets served with minimal seasoning, while Australians often experiment with spices to suit personal taste preferences. Fish, fries, and batter, each part of this iconic dish is simple yet loaded with character. Together, they create the unmistakable, crowd-pleasing flavor of traditional fish and chips. Cooking techniques for perfect fish and chips. Making the perfect fish and chips isn't just about throwing ingredients into a fryer. It's a careful process, blending precision with skill to ensure golden, crispy textures and flavors that melt in your mouth. Whether you prefer a classic preparation or a modern twist, understanding the proper methods makes all the difference. Deep frying process. Achieving that iconic crunch starts with proper deep frying techniques. This is where the magic happens, but it requires attention to detail to get it right. Choosing the right oil. Not all oils are created equal. For fish and chips, you need an oil with a high smoke point to withstand the high heat of frying. Popular choices include canola oil, sunflower oil, or even traditional beef tallow for an extra layer of flavor. These oils not only handle heat well but also stay neutral in taste, letting the fish and batter shine. Temperature control. Heat management is critical. Too low, and your batter absorbs oil, leaving it soggy. Too high, and you risk burning the batter while the fish remains undercooked. The sweet spot? Between 350 degrees Fahrenheit to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius to 190 degrees Celsius. Use a thermometer to keep the temperature steady throughout cooking. Timing. Once your oil is at the right temperature, fry the fish until the batter turns a rich golden brown, usually about 5 to 7 minutes depending on the thickness. The goal is a crispy exterior that seals in the moisture of the fish without it becoming greasy. For the fries, the double frying technique works wonders here as well. The first fry at a lower temperature softens the potatoes, while the second fry at higher heat creates that irresistibly crispy outer layer. This method adds texture and ensures both the fish and fries are cooked to perfection. When deep frying, small details go a long way. Pat the fish fillets and fries dry before frying to reduce excess moisture and prevent oil splatter. And when everything is ready, drain it on paper towels or a wire rack to keep things crisp. That's a wrap on part 1. We've covered the history and the must-know details about fish and chips in Australia and New Zealand. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll get into the best places to try them and how to make them at home. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe.